Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we'll be discussing a bit about error handling and how to handle those errors accordingly. So we know that error handling is basically a concept in almost every languages, and in C# especially, we use this try and throw exception. We use the word throw exception there, but here in Python we use try and then we use exception. So basically what this error handling is, for example, you've written a code and in that code, in this program, that program is divided into three parts. For example, in the first part, you're doing something such as, you're calculating the factorial of a number. And in the second part of the program, you're just adding a few numbers. And now it happens that for example, instead of giving a digital, a numeric value, you give an alphabetic value, and obviously your code will come to a stop as soon as it detects that your input is an alphabet, because what is the factorial of an alphabet? The factorial of an alphabet does not exist. So yeah, and because of that your code will stop there and it will not proceed any further, and the rest of your code will also not run. So how do we do this in a way that in case we enter the wrong input, the wrong data type of the input, the program should still run anyway? Like, it should skip that part. It should skip the part where it's giving an error, and maybe it should just tell us, okay, you're getting an error here. Maybe it can tell us about the error, or maybe it can say sorry in, whatever, you're giving the wrong type of input or something. But it's supposed to continue the rest of your program normally. Like, the rest of your code is supposed to run, obviously, given that there are no other errors in the code, any logical sort of errors, or yeah, logical sort of errors. And your code is supposed to run seamlessly, the rest of it. So this is how error handling is basically done in many languages and in Python now as well. And since we're discussing a bit about the language and its basics, we're also going to discuss a bit about how to handle errors and what to do in case an error occurs. So let us start with the example that I mentioned, where in our program we're doing a couple of things, such as we're doing this thing where we're finding the factorial of a number, and in the other part of the program we're just adding a few numbers, multiplying a few numbers, and that's just supposed to work normally. And by the way, as we discussed before, f strings, we'll be using f strings here for saving us the whole trouble of writing in commas, inverted commas, etc. So let's just get started.